like a potato in the bucket where you have to go get
No,
the
but
potato.
you have to understand, you know, there's the Olympics. Then after that, in importance, there's the Lions River Gymkhana. You train for this thing for years. And it's up against the Kimbers and the Mackenzies and all these big-time snotty farmers, and we are out to get them.
And Greg and Doug Mackenzie, they are Mackenzie. They are...
Same family, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got only one horse, there are two of us. We are so keen on horses. We read about them, we've read all the how-to books, and we've polished the bloody hair off this horse for this event. Our champ is looking like a champion. The thing is...
It's called Champ, is it?
You know, we only had those... Champ was his name. We had those sheepskin things with it. We didn't have a proper saddle.
No way, yeah?
A bareback pad?
Yeah, it's really a pad. It's a bareback pad, yeah.
Pad, so
It's called a saddle, but sheepskin saddle.
And then with the double event at the end, we had to take that thing off because it's easier to ride bareback with two than it is with a saddle. But a bending sticks means going down through the sticks and then you do a sharp turn at the bottom and you come back again. And we went down quite well. I was watching the other guys.
So there's two of them on the horse now.
Two on the horse.
That's the 11th number, we couldn't bloody agree.
So you both rode, you stubborn bastards.
So the other little guys, the parents have got their caps on and their little jackets and stuff. And then down there's two guys in jeans, both on one horse without a saddle, and they're also going. So we really were, we weren't fitting into the community. And we get down to the bottom and there's a sharp corner down there, and I lost John. Because he was hanging on the back. I've got the mane and the reins, and I was tough to hold on to. I lost him. And I came back and we didn't get anywhere. Anyway, we went back to where they tie up the horses. In those South Africa, of course, these young kids all had stable boys, and they'd take the horse back and someone would catch the horse and they'd go and speak to mum and have a sandwich out of the boot.
Oh yeah, and get another horse, another one of Dad's polo ponies for the next event. Yeah.
Anyway, we get Champ back. John was back up again, the two of us rode. And there's an old guy there, in khaki trousers, khaki thing with a big downhill pipe. Pretty worn out guy, Ray Smith was his name. And he came over and he said, "Hey you boys, he said, are you good with horses?" I'm good with horses. Yeah, we've been doing it for 4.5 months now, you know. And look at it, look at Champion. His hair is almost brushed off. That's how shiny he is. He's almost bloody hairless. And he said, "Oh no, we're real good." He said, "Well look, I've got a sick horse, and it's probably going to die from a snake bite. And if you guys can fix it, you can have it. If you're good with horses, you can fix it." And this old guy wandered off, and we didn't quite know, but we thought, oh, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. But it wasn't long after when an African leading came up on a very nice looking horse, but leading a younger horse, bandaged from here to there, like big thick bandages around it. And the message was from Mr. Ray Smith and the old guy at the thing that this has been bitten by a snake, and if we could fix it, we could have it. Well, we were young, you know, I mean, and of course we were trying to help the old guy out. We didn't think that it was 5 days ago from a snake bite, the bloody thing would be dead by now if it was going to die. You know, we fixed up the stable, we had where the sick cows were kept, we fixed it up for him. And we took our own little camping gear into the loft, little lantern with all this sort of stuff to care for the sick horse. We bought the sick horse in there. Shit, for a sick horse, it sure kicked that place out, eh? It wasn't used to being confined.
That horse was never sick, was it?
Merry legs. We nursed it, and being horsemen of quite considerable skill.
Because their skill, that did it.
When we did under bandage, the work we had done on this horse, there wasn't any sign of anything.
Oh,
we'd really fixed
it.
And this horse just had lots of personality, it bucked like hell. It was quite hard to bring into line in the beginning. We only had to, and we spent a lot of time with it. But as we look back, we started so years later we found out stuff. Ray Smith is probably one of the wealthiest.
I'd say he's the wealthiest farmer.
Landowner in our district. He just looks like a recluse. He's also famous for breeding South Africa's best polo ponies. He breeds the best. The Springbok team or the provincial teams, you'll pick out half of them or more will be Ray Smith's ponies. These are thoroughbreds, a small breed, fast.
His family ended up we found out owned one of the best studs in Moira. We knew none of this. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't know who this guy was. So suddenly we had a horse, and Mary Legs learned quickly. We jumped her, we did gymkhanas with her, we did every bloody thing with her, with him.
Him,
Yeah.
gelding.
Obviously Mary Legs has got to be a bird.
Yeah, that's a gelding.
Including flat racing. So at the gymkhana, the big events, the event that everyone was really keen on.
The main event.
Because the gymkhana is held at the polo field, and there's if that's the square of the polo field,
Yeah, that's a big area.
we started way back here and we ran down the one end, turned round and went down to the end to a fishing post, to a finishing post. And there was barbed wire and stuff there, so you had to turn hard back to the crowd at the end of the race. So you have to help with the name now. The jockey, the stud from the racing stable, Harry Wright.
Tiger Wright.
Tiger Wright.
Yeah, Tiger Wright.
At Hebron Haven.
Number one, he was the champion jockey in South Africa, and he just chose to set up his training stable right next door to the polo pony. I rode out a little bit for
So
him.
this flat race was a bit different from the rest of the gymkhana because you actually had to have a helmet and you had to have the gear, and some of the young track riders from the racing stable had their young racehorses in. So now we've got a lineup with jockeys and racehorses, Merry Legs, and a little guy with jeans and that. And I've got a cap thing, more like a bicycle rider's cap thing that I got. And we're off. The first time, we knew this
Excuse me, Shift, you wanted the inside line, and you went to the out. They
the,
forced you out.
Hey, the investigative report is getting to the bottom of this story right now.
I don't remember.
Rob. That's too much.
It's the first time we really pitted it against, but we actually knew this horse was bloody remarkable. It was everything we did, we won on that thing. Anyway, I take off on Mooney's because these other guys are high up on there. They're right up there. I'm down there. and we're off. I got the right line, got the corner right, and
Because he's on the outside.
yeah.
When he told the story to me, he said they had to break. I didn't.
See, this track's got a sharp turn. So I thought because of their long limbs and things, they're going to battle the turn.
Merry Legs was
So
faster than them
actually,
anyway.
They're all trying to get on the inside. I'm trying to go the outside to get a nice slow turn on the end. I get a nice slow turn on the end, and I'm down the straight to look around, and I'm actually ahead of them. And Merry Legs so knew it, man. Because she went faster and faster and faster. And we go past the post. And I just went, yes! I'm just sort of sitting up there, the reins were left on his neck, and I went, yes! Yes! But you see, what I had to do was turn right hard. I was supposed to be just easing her around to the crowd, and I'm going, yes!
He's playing to the crowd.
Ahead of me is a barbed wire fence, and we have brambles, which is a thorny berry.
Blackberries.
Blackberry, just built up to the end. And I go, oh, I'm trying to find range, I'm trying to do, Merrix carries on because she's still going so bloody fast. And then she sees the fence, he sees the fence, and it's just and I'm off. Over the fence and down into the brambles. And the brambles are so thick that my legs stay up. So my legs are like this in the bramble bush. And I'm looking like this across to the crowd. I should have turned to the crowd now, 150 meters away. And the most frightening thing, or the worst part of the whole thing, was seeing my mother take off from the grandstand. This rather overweight
Upside down.
I'm upside down here. Oh, Christ, here she comes. My boy! My boy! I could hear her stockings making that noise as the big legs came thrusting towards me. That's the story you like.
That's the story.